I'm Max Lopez, and this is the Blue Wave. So, Mark Robinson's political support from Donald Trump, as well as his financial support from the GOP, has completely evaporated after a CNN report came out that highlighted comments that Mark Robinson has made in the past about him being a black Nazi, him being into transgender pornography, and that he would peep on women at gyms when he was in his teens, amongst other things, surfaced and have been circulating online. The GOP has decided it is too far for them to deal with. So look at this article here from the Daily Beast. It says Trump avoids black Nazi Mark Robinson as GOP cuts his cash. Donald Trump and the Republican Party are ditching Mark Robinson, their scandal-plagued nominee in the North Carolina's governor's race. Robinson has been battling to keep his head above water after claims he called himself a black Nazi and made other offensive comments on a pornographic website. But it appears the national GOP hierarchy are prepared to let him down. The Republican Governors Association said in a statement that they are pulling Robinson's financial support. We don't comment on internal strategy or investment decisions, but we can confirm what's public. Our current media buy in North Carolina expires tomorrow, and no further placements have been made, said RGA Communications Director Courtney Alexander. RGA remains committed to electing Republican governors all across the country, he added, presumably except for North Carolina. Up until Tuesday, according to CNN, the RGA and its PAC had spent nearly $16 million on the North Carolina governor's race. As a tight race in a swing state, it had become one of the most expensive contests in the nation, but the RGA's retreat will hamper Robinson's ability to pay for ads down the home stretch. With the battleground state crucial to the outcome of the presidential election, North Carolina has been staunchly Republican since Barack Obama last won there in 2008. The GOP is all too aware of the detrimental effect that bad publicity in the gubernatorial race could have on Trump's chances. Trump won the Tar Heel state by 75,000 votes, in 2020, and it's a must win for 2024. But a New York Times poll suggested his lead over Harris has narrowed to 49 against 47, making it a way closer race than he'd like. So this is an absolute nightmare if you are the GOP, based on what that article kind of just laid out there, right? Donald Trump's electoral college, his electoral path to 270 is narrower and slimmer than Harris's path, right? There are states that he must win. There are, I think, more must-win states for Trump than there are for Harris. She has a bit more flexibility in where she could go, kind of what her path to 270 could look like. But with Trump, North Carolina is a must-win state, right? Georgia is a must-win state. You have to hold on to North Carolina, and in a razor tight race where Harris has already captured some momentum and chipped away at his lead he had over Biden. In fact, now Harris is favored to win the election by most accounts. News like this is something that you absolutely do not want, because we know that gubernatorial races often play a key role in how people feel about the presidential candidate. So Donald Trump can try to distance himself all he wants and play the "I never knew the guy" card that he's played time and time again with people that he feels are hurting his political stance and his chance at regaining power. He's thrown them under the bus time and time again. And he'll do that again here with Mark Robinson. He'll pretend like he never knew him. But what we know is that Donald Trump, in fact, called Mark Robinson the second coming of Martin Luther King Jr. And what this is kind of just highlighting here is that there are consequences for attaching yourself to candidates and people who have very shaky moral character and are verifiably bad people who are power hungry and are not looking to make the lives of anybody in this country better and are completely in politics for themselves. There's consequences for that, because sometimes there's things that these people have done in their past that come up to light, just like what's happening now with Mark Robinson. You can't think of too much of a more of a worst case scenario for the GOP than these allegations about their gubernatorial candidate in North Carolina, again, a must win state for Donald Trump in his path to 270. You can't picture any worse news coming out all at once about Mark Robinson. And the GOP, they're going to try to distance themselves as much as they possibly can from this guy, but there are consequences to be paid when you prop up yourself next to these sort of individuals for the hopes of political power. Those consequences are coming to bear for the GOP, and we'll see how this impacts the North Carolina race. I think that there's going to be a lot more eyes on North Carolina than there were before, based on these allegations that have surfaced. And it could be where this is something that could play a major factor, be a major deciding factor in the outcome of the 2024 presidential election, if in fact North Carolina does go to the Vice President Kamala Harris after staunchly voting for Trump in 16, in 20, and then for Mitt Romney in 2012. That's all I got for you guys in this one. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share with someone who's into politics. It helps YouTube take my channel more seriously and spread the word to more and more people. Hope you have a great rest of your day or night, whatever time you're watching this, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.